Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about my Taurus PT 1911. Okay, so this is a 1911. I bought this gun before I actually became a firearms instructor. So that goes back prior to 7 years ago. Okay, so I don't remember exactly how much further back I bought this, but I did have this gun prior to becoming a firearms instructor. And I bought this 1911 for historical purposes. I wanted a historic 1911 type of gun. Okay, and the gun shot great while I was shooting it personally, and then down the road when I became an instructor, I started using it, while I was training people, and this gun has held up great. I would say that this Taurus PT 1911 has somewhere between 8,000 and 10,000 rounds through it. Okay, it's not a gun that gets shot that often. So basically, on average, I might shoot, let's say, 150 rounds. I might run 150 rounds a month through this gun. So it's not, this is not something I keep exact track of because it doesn't get shot that much. But I know it's somewhere in that ballpark between 8,000 and 10,000 rounds. It has all original parts, so I've never had to do any repairs on this gun. Now, I will say that I am not a big fan of Taurus. Okay, at the time that I bought this gun, I really didn't have that much experience with Taurus. I have, over the years, bought a lot of other Tauruses, particularly revolvers, that have given me problems, and they've given me problems at a higher rate than other guns that I've owned. Okay, well, I shouldn't say that, because there's some guns, like, for example, like Kel-Tec, that I just won't buy anymore. I had one or two of those guns, and they almost immediately broke within a couple of months, and basically I wanted nothing to do with them after that. But Taurus is one of those companies that if the gun works, I'll keep it. If the gun becomes a pain in the ass and it's getting constant repairs, I'm going to get rid of it. Okay. So for the most part, I've kept most of my revolvers. I've gotten rid of any semi-automatics that I had in Taurus. I have kept this gun because this gun has worked very well. Now, that's not to say that if you buy a Taurus PT 1911 that it's not going to give you problems, okay? Because basically I like to look at the overall average, okay? The overall average is that Tauruses in the long run give problems if you do a lot of shooting with them. Or maybe even if you don't do a lot of shooting with them, so in the long run they do give problems. It does take a long time to get the gun repaired. The Taurus does have a lifetime warranty. They will fix the gun for free, but it's a hassle to get it to them and for them to actually repair it, and you might be waiting around for a couple months before you actually get your gun back. So for that reason, I don't have any plans on buying another Taurus anytime in the future. However, I will keep this gun because this gun works great. And why am I saying all this? Basically, like I said, I've had a good experience with this gun. And what I recommend to people is ask other people. I'm putting this video out there kind of for the record. Okay, I have a Taurus PT 1911, and it's done close to 10,000 rounds, and it have not had any problems. And I would recommend watch 10 or 20 other videos that review this gun. And don't listen to anybody that just bought the gun and they're reviewing it. That means absolutely shit. Okay, if you just bought the gun, running 100 or 200 or 300 or even 500 rounds through the gun, really doesn't tell you anything about the gun. Okay, talk to people, listen to reviews of people who have run at least 5,000 rounds through the gun, in order to get some meaningful information about how good the gun is. Okay. So basically, I recommend you guys go out there, listen to other videos, see what other people have to say, and then you'll get a sense of whether this is a reliable gun or not. Like I said, it's been reliable for me. Now, I barely clean the gun. Okay, the reason is because I'm in the business of training people. Okay, I'm not in the business of cleaning guns. Okay, I'm not a gun cleaner, so I'm going to clean the gun as little as possible. Okay, in fact, I probably have only stripped this gun down probably less than 5 times. Maybe 5 times max over the course of 7 years that I've been training people. I've only stripped it down probably 5 times or less. The way I normally clean this gun is I'll open it up, I'll take out the magazine, and basically as best as I can, I'll get in there with the scrub brushes and the sprays. I'll use the spray, you know, spray it all over the place, oil it up, and for the most part, I'm able to get away with that, and it works. The gun works, it shoots, and you know, if I can get away with just that, that's all I'm going to do. Okay. So you know, with very minimal maintenance, the gun works really well. And kind of, if you look at the gun, you know, if you look over here on the slide, you can see that basically you got wear marks. You know, you got wear marks on the barrel. You know, basically these wear marks here are basically from the gun being shot a lot. But if you notice over here, there are, you know, particularly this spot over here, that's a spot where if I was to basically open up the gun, basically it's typical to have wear marks around in this area over here where people, you know, when they try to strip down the gun. And there's hardly any wear marks over here, and that's because I hardly ever take the gun apart, okay? So to me, that's a good thing. I mean, you know, the gun works. It's done close to 10,000 rounds. I barely ever have to take it apart because it is a pain in the ass to take apart in 1911. I don't enjoy it. I don't want to take it apart really unless somebody's paying me to take it apart, okay? So somebody comes to me and says, hey, listen, as part of our training session, I need you to show me how to strip down 1911. Then I'll happily do it. Usually I'm doing it on their gun, you know, at their location. For that reason, this gun doesn't get stripped down a whole lot, okay? But that's really the only time I want to be taking apart 1911 if somebody's paying me to do it. So you know, one of the things I've done to this gun, if you notice here, I basically have painted the sights white. All I did is put a little bit of white, you know, a white spray paint can with a Q-tip, and basically I just touch it up over there. You know, I just came back from a training session at somebody's property, you know, basically I saw that the sights were getting a little dull. So basically I just touched it up over here. So that works pretty good. Just a little spray paint on a Q-tip. You can touch this gun up pretty good. And like I said, the gun works great. It is, you know, I like it for its historical value. I only have one 1911. I'm not one of those guys that has like 10 1911s. You know, basically I'm not a huge 1911 fan. I do like a 1911, you know, like, so I have one. I probably would not buy another one. Unless I needed to replace this for some reason in the future. And the other thing is I'm not a huge fan of the 45 ACP. I do like shooting it. It's pretty light recoil, especially in a gun that's all steel like this. You know, this is, you know, the 1911 with 45 ACP. It's a gun that I can train women with because the mass of the gun picks up a lot of that recoil of that 45 ACP. Not that the 45 ACP is that much more powerful than a 9mm anyway. But the mass of the gun does make this a gun to, you know, that I can easily train women with. Okay, so my thing is, you know, it's a fun gun to shoot. It's generally not a gun that I recommend for everyday carry. I mean, I just don't like carrying a single action gun every day. I mean, this gun is meant to be carried cocked and locked, you know, with the lock up, and basically you can get a holster that has a strap. That with, you know, where the strap goes between the hammer and the frame of the gun, and I have one of those. You know, basically it's a very large gun. My thought is, if you're going to carry this gun, there's probably better choices out there. I mean, you can get, for example, I mean, even a Glock, and if it has to be a 45 ACP, you can get other guns, and not necessarily a Glock, but there's other guns out there that make that basically will have a higher capacity. Okay. You know, my other thought is that, you know, with the 45 ACP, you know, first of all, there's not that many benefits to it. The 40 caliber is more powerful. It has more energy. And at the same time, it, you know, because the round is a little, you know, thinner in diameter, you can also have more rounds. So a 40 caliber, for example, you get more energy and more capacity, okay? So that's another reason why I'm not a big fan of the 45. And I generally don't recommend this gun for carry purposes. Just because there's better options out there, you know. Now, if somebody's dead set on this is the gun they want to carry for whatever reason, you know, maybe just historical nostalgia or whatever, you know, that's fine. I'm more than happy to train them on it, you know. But I'm not going to basically recommend this gun as a carry gun. You know, other than that, like, I have really nothing bad to say about this gun. You know, specifically this specific Taurus PT 1911. The gun's done really good for me. And it is a fun gun to shoot. It's solid. I mean, this is one of those guns where if you only have 8 rounds in the magazine, but if you run out of ammo, I mean, you can definitely use this to pistol whip somebody, and this will, you know, hit somebody over the head with the bottom of the frame here will definitely put them out. So this definitely makes it, you know, a good striking surface. So those are my thoughts on the Taurus PT 1911. I'll talk to you guys next time.